Alright, you guys, very excited about this. It's one of those movies, it's one of those franchises that I've never watched. I finally saw the Halloween franchise last year, finally saw Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, and this is another one of those big ones that I'm very happy to finally get under my belt. Of course, you already know, it is The Evil Dead. The remake or the reboot or whatever you want to call it is coming out this week, this Friday I believe. So I am sitting down ready to watch The Evil Dead. This is the Ultimate Edition. It's a very cool set. I will show that later on in the video. But right now I'm going to sit down, watch myself some Evil Dead. Wow. Okay, finished up with Evil Dead. What a crazy movie, seriously. You know, watching the first 20 minutes or so, I was like, okay, you know, this is a cool flick. I don't understand what all the hoopla is about. And then you get to the back half of the movie and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm not going to go over the plot and everything because, like, 97% of you guys already know what it's about. I mean, hell, it's been out forever. But it was, I so enjoyed like the last 25-30 minutes of the film. I mean, just Sam Raimi had some great camera angles. The gore looked, the effects, the practical effects were so good. And then you had like that time-lapse effect on the two remaining people towards the end. That looked great. I felt so bad. I know this is kind of random, but like I just watched it, so I've got like 100 things running through my head. I felt so bad for the women in this movie. Holy cow, here they are, you know, they're in the car with the two guys thinking they're going to have a nice little, you know, weekend in the cabin. And the poor thing, one of them gets violated by a tree root. And then, it's true. And then, you know, then turns into the bad spirit. And then the other two turn into bad spirits. I think they get the worst of it. The other guy, not Ash, but whatever his name was, Scott, I think. You know, he kind of turns, but then he dies. But those poor ladies, holy cow. But I love, one of my favorite scenes was towards the end when Ash goes downstairs of the cabin, like the basement. And it's kind of like everything is sort of like raining blood a little bit, like the blood in the light bulb, the blood over the camera lens of the 8mm projector. That was going, I mean, just great scenes. And then he stepped in that big puddle of blood. Very effective scenes. And I loved it because everyone in this movie, it just looked normal. You know, there were no like Hollywood hoop-de-doos or anything like that. There were no beauty queens and there were no like Brad Pitt types. It was just normal looking people put into this crazy situation. I don't know how Ash didn't, you know, just totally lose his shit by the end of this movie because just all sorts of crazy crap happens. But it was very enjoyable. So happy that I finally got to watch it. In fact, I'm going to watch Evil Dead Part 2 right after I film this video. But let's take a look real quick. This is the Evil Dead, the Ultimate Edition. I thought Anchor Bay did a really nice job on this. It looks great. You know, here you have some alternate artwork. You get the chapter selections there. And then you get a poster in there. And some great artwork. Let's see if I can switch this around. There we go. You know, you get to take a look at that, and then you've got artwork underneath. I don't know why I keep fidgeting with this artwork. There we go. So there's that. And then you get, you know, there's that side. Then on disc 1 is the widescreen presentation. Disc 2 is the full frame presentation. And then disc 3 has like the ladies of The Walking Dead and some special features, whatnot. Let's take a look at that. And then on the back, you get some more great artwork and such. So Anchor Bay did a nice job with that. And then I also have the Blu-ray, I guess it's the limited edition one with the green banner on the top where you get an extra, let me go get that real quick. Okay, this is the limited edition Blu-ray. It includes a bonus special features DVD. That's what the inside looks like. It's a shame the Anchor Bay didn't give this the same type of packaging that the DVD got, because that DVD looks fantastic. Disc 1 on this has an all-new commentary with Sam Raimi, producer Robert Tappert, and Bruce Campbell, and then the limited edition DVD just has a bunch of special features. A lot of the stuff that's on the Ultimate Edition DVD. So if you have the limited edition the what's it called? Ultimate Edition DVD, you're not missing out on too much with this. So like I said, I'm going to go straight into Evil Dead 2. I've heard this one is has a little bit more comedy in it, but I'm just going to keep rolling with the Evil Dead train. Thank you for joining me on this. I'll see you in a few. Alright, let's talk some Evil Dead 2. Finished up with this. And I gotta admit, not knowing much about the series, not watching it before, coming right off of Evil Dead 1, this was very confusing at first. Because it starts with Ash in the car with the gal, and I thought, okay, well, you know, why is Ash taking this girl back to the woods to that creepy cabin? It made no sense to me. I had to stop the movie and go online and like find out what was going on, because it made no sense. And then that's when, you know, I found out that it was just kind of a reenactment, a loose reenactment of what happened in the first film, because they, like Sam Raimi and them, they didn't have the rights to show footage from the original film, which I don't know how the business works. I have no idea, but that's just crazy to me to think that they didn't own the rights to the first movie. So they kind of had to do a loose reenactment. So that's what was going on. Once I found out what was going on, then it was all good. Now, I'll be totally honest with you guys. I know this is a classic and it is well loved, and that is all good. I prefer the first Evil Dead. This one got a little too, especially in like the first half hour, 40 minutes, it was too slapsticky for me. You know, I enjoyed kind of the rawness of the original. It had more of a serious tone. And then you kind of go into this one and, you know, Bruce Campbell gets real slapsticky with the whole hand thing. But once that ends, then I enjoyed it much more. Excuse me, much more. You know, you got to see him, you know, cut off the hand and get the chainsaw. And then, you know, the one scene where like the hillbilly guy goes down into the basement, and it's really like a whole swimming pool full of blood just comes up from the basement. And then the mom in the, you know, in the suit that comes up. I mean, that was really good. And the special effects are, you know, are just as good in this one. Very entertaining. Love the practical effects in this. But if I had to, you know, if I had to choose one, I would have to go with the original. I just enjoyed it a little bit more. But, you know, I mean, the back half of this film was very good. I liked it because I think it got a little bit more serious. So, you know, that's Evil Dead 2 for me. I know this is not everyone's opinion. It's just me. On this Blu-ray, there are a lot of special features. You get a really cool, like huge documentary on here. You get an audio commentary. And, you know, I thought the picture looked great. It sounded great. So, I mean, definitely pick up the Blu-ray, because I think I picked this up on a trade and save. Maybe a couple trade and saves ago for like $5. So you can't go wrong. I mean, $5, shoot. So tonight I'm going to watch Army of Darkness. I'm very eager to see, you know, where Ash went and what's going to happen to him in this other land. So there we go. Those are my thoughts on Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. I'll let you know about Army of Darkness later tonight. Finally done with the Evil Dead trilogy. So happy that I finally gave it a watch. Finished up with Army of Darkness. I'm going to start with the positives first. One of the positives, here's something that was fun to watch. The character Ash. It was fun watching his character kind of evolve from film to film. In the first one, he was kind of timid. He wasn't real ballsy or anything. Real just kind of kept to himself almost and couldn't believe what was going on. Then you get to Evil Dead 2 and he kind of goes a little manic. And then by the end of the movie, realizes, hey, this is going on. I need to do what I gotta do and take care of business. And then in this one, in Army of Darkness, Ash is very confident in himself and in what he needs to do. This is what I discovered about myself and as a movie watcher. I don't like slapstick. And the Army of Darkness is, if you took out all the slapstick parts, like, you know, when all the little Ashes came out, and then when Ash had fallen, and then the skeleton hands were, like, you know, slapping him and doing Three Stooges bullshit. That part I could have absolutely done without. Besides that, you take all that out, I thought it was an enjoyable film. And I guess really, I feel the same way about Evil Dead 2. If you took out some of that slapstick, it was more prevalent in Army of Darkness, but if you took out a little bit of the silliness, then I really would have enjoyed it more. But Army of Darkness was good, you know. I don't know where the gore went in this one. You only had really one scene towards the beginning where you saw some blood shoot up. But otherwise, it was kind of a mild movie. The skeletons, the actual Army of the Dead, that was very cool. I had a great time watching that. What else? You know, the practical effects, as always, they were fantastic. It was good. I think I would have to just go, as far as my favorites, I mean, as far as favorites, I would go in order. Evil Dead 1, 2, and then Army of Darkness. I enjoyed the more serious tone of the first one. The second one was very good. I really enjoyed the second half of that one. And then Army of Darkness was enjoyable, but it was so different than the first one. But, you know, I mean, that's about it. So happy, like I said before. I know I've said it like 5 times in this video. But I'm just pleased as punch that I finally sat down and watched these flicks. You know, if anyone out there has not seen them yet, please check them out. Evil Dead 1, 2, and then Army of Darkness. Oh, also, I wanted to talk about the endings, because on the Blu-ray, they had an alternate ending. And, I mean, honestly, I wasn't fond of either ending, really. You know, in this cut, it ends with Ash going back to work at S-Mart, and then, you know, the female creature comes and tries to get him. It was okay. And then in the alternate ending, Ash had actually slept too long. He went too far into the future. That one was okay as well. I don't. I guess I prefer the ending the ending that's on here and not the alternate. But they were both okay. Otherwise, you have on. Really, that's the only special feature that's on this Blu-ray. I have the limited edition DVD as well, so maybe I'll go and kind of delve deeper into that version later on. Okay, you guys, I am headed out to go see Evil Dead. Finally. I know it's been out for a couple weeks now, but decided to go and check it out. We live super close to the movie theater. Not the one I like the most, but this one's fine for tonight. And we'll see how it is. Alright, you guys, I'm fresh out of Evil Dead. You know what? It was entertaining. It was. I'm not going to be on film for this part of the video because, frankly, I look like the dead warmed over. But it was, you know what? It was entertaining. You know, that's some of the pros and cons in my eyes. I would say that I liked how they set it up with the girl being a drug addict. And, you know, that way it would make sense. You know, with her, they would think she was hallucinating instead of seeing, like, you know, the bad spirit. I gotta tell you, though, that character Eric, how many bad choices can one person make in one movie? Oh, God. I mean, really, would you open up a book that was in a cellar of a creepy cabin that had dead cats down there and had barbed wire? It was wrapped and had barbed wire around it. I mean, I don't know how many signs that gives you right there as to don't fuck with it. But all right, you put that aside. Let's put that aside. It was still entertaining, you know. I mean, it had a good plot. I like the practical effects. You know, they blended in well with the special effects. And lots of blood. I gotta say, now, you know, I guess the big negative for me was Eric, and just how they discovered the book, and how that dumbass not only opened it, but then, you know, ran a pencil over the book to try to get the words to say. Ugh, that just really bugged me. And like he didn't even come out and say, "Oh my gosh, you guys, you know what? I just opened this book up and I said these words and I think shit's gonna go wrong." No. Anyway, and then, you know, everyone by now has heard stay after the credits because there's a little thing after the credits. Honestly, if you can miss it, it's about 3 seconds long. I mean, if you want me to just tell you what it is, just PM me and I'll just let you know what it is, because honestly, it is not a big deal at all. And in fact, it kind of makes me mad that they added that, because it was such a short little thing, and why not give this movie an identity of its own instead of throwing in what they did? But whatever. I mean, that's just being nitpicky. But overall, yeah. I mean, go see it in the theater. It's worth going to see on the big screen. It really is. You know, it's got some decent scares. I mean, nothing where you're going to be like, oh, jumping out of your seat, but it's good. So I'm heading over now to Barnes & Noble, because I think Barnes & Noble is open till 11. I want to see what new magazines they have out. Let's see if we're good. And see if they got anything else in. But yeah, so you know what? Our videos being hijacked about a week or so ago was actually a blessing in disguise, because then I was able to go see Evil Dead and add it to this video. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please check out everyone else's videos for Evil Dead Week, and I will catch you guys later.